Previously, before we had Viaesys counters, we were still manually calibrating salt trucks. A truck driver would just kind of get out of his truck and look in the back and say, yeah, I kind of think I threw a ton.
We wanted to know where our costs were going and to start moving in a trend of responsibility.
When we think of salt tracking, if we can produce data of how much salt the operators are using and compare it to industry standards, it helps them get a better understanding of where they might need to make changes.
We're trying to be proactive in doing the right thing, although the right thing is sometimes guided by fear because of insurance and liability rather than common sense.
Tracking salt applications is huge for our business, not only for billing purposes, but making sure that the crews are putting down enough product for the events that we're dealing with, and then we can use that as training information going forward.
We're able to show them whether they're using the most efficient way to provide coverage on it, or if they're missing areas, so we can get even coverage to the actual property.
It does allow us a little bit of oversight and training opportunities as far as showing operators the difference between a site that was evenly applied and one that was not so evenly applied.
Setting up the system went quite well. It took us about 1 to 2 hours to set up, including calibration time. What was awesome was that we could do it in-house.
The time invested in the calibration will save you that in salt in a heartbeat.
They're very simple. They have a sensor at the back. You run a wire up to the front, grab some power from the cab, and you're pretty much ready to go.
When we actually left Viaesys with products in hand, in the first afternoon we installed 7 dash cams and 2 salt trackers, and that was a guy that had never touched the products before.
Using the salt trackers with the portal, we could see how much salt was going down in real time. We could then see per event what was going down, salt versus how much brine, and being able to see all that stuff was quite valuable and was something that was important for me.
We cover a lot of area and a lot of ground, so being able to coordinate using the salt tracker technology and the GPS of the salt tracker technology has been very helpful, which we never expected.
To give that instant feedback to every operator on every site is be really difficult to do otherwise. I'm not sure how else, so it lets them become good at gauging how much they're putting down.
Looking at the big picture, I see that it's a no-brainer as far as investment, where it's going to allow us to go, and where I think the hardware and software will be taken once there's more feedback from contractors.
We are still just scratching the surface on what this data can do for us as far as training, as far as improving operations, as far as meeting budgetary goals.
If things don't change, there's going to be less contractors out there because the cost of doing business is going to continue to rise because of the insurance costs.
Unfortunately, just doing a good job isn't good enough anymore. We're not so much measured on what we do, but it's how we document what we do. Because unfortunately, the liability is out there, it's real, it has big teeth, and it bites you.